Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. If you've never seen one of my lives before, I am Sarah Chatello. I am from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today we're going to be making a really cool card using the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper. But first, I wanted to talk to you about a few things. So last Sunday over in my VIP group, I went live and did my Christmas in July live sale, which was so fun. And thank you to everybody who joined me. There are still a few things available. There are stamps, dies, a couple of punches, all kinds of things. So if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and join my VIP group. I do have everything posted into an album there. I will be posting the items I have left publicly in about a week or so. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was the new catalog is coming. So we have a new mini catalog and a new celebration, both of which start on Tuesday, August 3rd. And if you are on my mailing list, you should have received your copy of both the mini and celebration. If you think you're on my list and have not received a copy of these catalogs, please contact me. I will rush them out to you. And if you would like a copy, I do have a catalog request form. I will put that in the comments after this live. I thought I linked it in the description and I didn't. So I will make sure to get that list or that link down there so you can get your own copies of these catalogs. You guys are going to love them. Everything in it is beautiful. The next thing I want to talk about is the Designer Series paper sale, which I've been talking about the Designer Series paper all week. I'm using 2 of them today. And the Designer Series paper sale, there are 9 papers for 15% off, and that goes until Monday at 11:59 Mountain Time. So convert that to whatever that means to where you are. But the sale ends Monday night. So if you want to save on the Designer Series paper that I'll be using today and the other ones, go ahead and use the link in the description of this video to head to my online store and get your Designer Series paper. And next is my giveaway winner. So last week, if you left a comment on the video that I did last Friday, you were entered to win a pack of the Peaceful Prints Designer Series paper. It's a sampler pack. It's not the full pack. And the winner of that is Joan Shea. I have messaged you, Joan, so just write me back. I'll get that right in the mail for you. And if you want to win my giveaway for this week, leave a comment on this video. You can just say hi. You can tell me what the weather's like, whatever you feel like talking about, and I will enter you to win the giveaway this week, and I'll be telling you what that is at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and get started on our project today. I'm going to turn my camera off and flip it around so that way you can see my desk. Make sure I get it in there. I'm going to turn my camera back on. We should be good to, oh, nope, I got to turn my camera around. Hold on. I always forget that step. Now we should be able to see my desk once I turn the camera back on, and there it is. Oh, and also this July host code is only going to be good until Saturday evening. So if you were wanting any of my July promo specials, go ahead and place a $50 order. We'll get you the Expressions in Ink tutorials. And a $100 order will get you the tutorials plus a roll of the polished pink open weave ribbon. So let's go ahead and talk about our projects today. I see my comments. Good morning, Linda and Molly and Tara and Colleen. I'm so glad you all could be here today. So this card uses the In the Wild Designer Series paper, and I have to admit, I am not a fan of that suite at all. But I have the paper and I thought I would use it. So that is Calypso Coral, and I used it with a little bit of crushed curry. I think this is crushed curry. So we're going to be doing a similar card today using the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper. And this paper is another one that really isn't one of my favorites. So I thought this card would be a great way if you have leftover scraps lying around of paper that you're just not that big of a fan of. This is a great card to use it on. So what I did was I took a Night and Navy card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4, And I embossed a piece of Night of Navy that is 5 1/4 by 4. And I used the Tasteful Textures, or Tasteful Textile, excuse me, 3D embossing folder for that. And then what I did was I took some strips, and these are random sizes. So I think I went, they vary from 3/8 of an inch to three quarters of an inch wide by 1.5 inches to 2 1/4 inch long. So I just did it kind of randomly. And what we're going to do is kind of lay them out on our card and just see how they look. So I don't want to use like the green side there. I don't want that. So I'm just kind of placing these randomly and seeing how, see, and I don't want that next to that. So you just place them about where you want them. I'll use that one there, scoot that over, and that looks good. So like I said, this is a great way if you have a bunch of scraps of maybe some retired paper lying around. This is a great way to use that up. So I'm just going to get my Tombow liquid glue out. Well, that's a new one. I don't want that one. Get my opened one out. And I like how that looks. So we're going to go ahead and just glue our pieces down. So I like to kind of lay it out beforehand just so I know about what it's going to look like. I'm going to flip that one around because it's upside down. And these can overlap each other. It's however you want it to look. So this one here, I overlapped them a little bit, but the sentiment kind of hides. I actually made a mistake on one, but you'll never know because the sentiment hides it. And I'm using the Tombow liquid glue because this gives you a little bit of wiggle room. So if I set it down and I don't really like where I put it, like that's not really straight, I can move it still. Where with seal, pretty much once you stick it down, it's stuck and it's not coming up unless you're gonna rip the paper apart. Good morning, Tammy. So I'm just, like I said, randomly placing these down. And I might have gone a little too overlappy because it looks like I might run out of room or have a bigger border, but that's okay because with this card, it's like I said, whoopsie, that one has glue on it. It's very forgiving and nobody's gonna know. And then we're also gonna do another kind of cool technique. If you'll notice on my example here, there is Cajun Craze ribbon. I think I said that was Calypso Coral. It is not Calypso Coral, it is Cajun Craze. We don't have Cajun Craze ribbon in the catalog. So I colored that. That is the Flowers for Every Season Whisper White ribbon. And I'm going to show you what I mean by colored that. Because we're going to do that with the Night of Navy too. We do have a couple of Night of Navy ribbons. I just didn't like any of them. So I wanted to do my own. So while that's drying, I'm going to show you how I colored the ribbon. So the Flowers for Every Season is a combo pack. There are 3 ribbons. I have glue all over my fingers now. There's the Whisper White, there's Just Jade Gingham ribbon, and then there's Misty Moonlight and Silver Baker's Twine. And we're just going to be using the Whisper White. I'm going to take my piece here. And I hope this is the right one. It's not. So we're going to have to cut that too. I'll show you how to fix that too. I didn't get out. This piece is supposed to be, I believe, what did I write down? 4 3/4 by 3.5. So you know what? We'll fix that border. Perfect. So I have my ribbon here. And what I'm going to do is I have my Night of Navy blends. And I'm going to start off with the light. And I'm just going to color it. And if you wanted to, you could even make this like an ombre. I'll show you what I mean. So I'll take the dark. And it's just easier for me if I flip it over. it's all blended together now, and see, it kind of gives it like an ombre effect, which I actually really like that, so I think I might keep it. I like how that looks. So now let me grab my trimmer quick. Now here's my paper trimmer, and we're just gonna trim this up. So it's supposed to be 4 3/4 by 3.5. So that fixes that. I mean, now it's right to the edge, but you know what? That's okay. Oh my goodness, there's a little piece there. I can't get that. By 3.5. And if you didn't want to take that much off, like say the 3.5 side, you could have did like 3 1/4. I mean, just as long as it measures out. So you could do like 4 and then flip it. But I like how that looks. It can go all the way to the edge. I'm okay with that. So now, oops. Now we're going to do a little bit of die cutting, because for this piece here, I used the scalloped contours dies. And this comes in the color and contour bundle that is in the annual catalog. And you get these beautiful dies. They're all kind of different. I used the second one from the middle there. For this one though, I don't know. What I like to do is just, yeah, that's too big. That's going to hide everything. I don't want to use that. This one, I don't know if I have a sentiment in the stamp set I want to use small enough, because the stamp that I want to use is the Sunny Sentiments, and I don't. So we're just going to use the same one again. And I'm going to stamp first, and then we will die cut that out. I have some Night of Navy ink, and then a scrap of basic white. Let me move some stuff out of the way so I don't ink up the wrong thing. And I'm going to use a Happy Hello from You. And this is, like I said, the Sunny Sentiment stamp set. It's a cling stamp set. And I'm going to use a C block. Ooh. And my Night of Navy ink. And I'm just going to tap it lightly, making sure I'm inking up the whole stamp. I'll put it about there. And then I will get out my die. Oh, I did get my die. There it is. And then you can see how nicely that lines up. And then I'll clean my stamp quick. And then we will get out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, Big Boss, and die cut this. And we'll be ready to assemble our card. Move this. We have room to work here. Hi, Wendy. Good afternoon. It's afternoon for me. Everybody's telling me good morning, but here in Michigan, it's 12:15 almost, so it's afternoon. Whoops. Knocking everything over. And then I'm going to put my sentiment in and my die, cutting plate on top, and just run this through. And then I can move our die cutting stuff out of the way. And we have a sentiment. So now we are ready to assemble this card. I need a new inside piece though, because that was what I accidentally used for that. So now I'm going to get my seal. And I'm going to just take a little bit of seal on here and make sure my ribbon is going the right side up. Is it? Yes. Wrap it around my card. And there, now it's all stuck down. And we will get a few dimensionals for the sentiment. And just stick it. Oops. I have a little piece of glue there. So I think I want to cover I don't know if you can see that, but right about there, I messed up and got a little dollop of glue. I'm actually going to cover that with my sentiment. And I'm covering some of the paper. It's fine. And now I'm going to stick this down to my emboss piece. Oh, Linda says she agrees it's a good way to use some pieces of scrap paper. I think so. That's why I wanted to come up with this card, because I know a lot of people have designer series paper scraps. I know I do. I hardly ever throw them away. And so I wanted a good way to come up with this. And actually, I forgot to mention that my friend Megan Lowe and her mother actually came up with this card layout. So I'm part of a little group of people who get together on Thursdays and we just talk and stamp. And she came up with this. And I just asked her if I could borrow it and show you guys. So I like how the varying layers go. And I didn't put, oh wait, I did. So for this, for the pearls, I actually colored those with my Cajun Craze marker as well. So let's do that with the Night of Navy. If I can find my pearls. Sorry, everyone, one moment. Pearls have come up missing. That, or I have a lot of stuff and can't find them quick. I know they're here. There, got them. Okay, so here are the Pearl Basic Jewels, and then I'm just going to take the dark of the Night of Navy, and I'm going to color 3 of them. And these do take just a quick second to dry. And you can see where I've colored them before. These are great for coloring. The rhinestones actually color very nicely too, but I find with those, for some reason, I think maybe because they're shiny, they take a little bit longer to dry. So I'm just going to blow on these to dry faster and get my paper piercer. You could also use your take your pick tool, pick them up and just kind of randomly place them. And put in the center of the flower there. That's cute. All right, now we have a finished card. And no, we don't. I didn't put the inside in. Oh, I'm having a Friday, everybody. Now we have a finished card. We have 2 finished cards, actually. So if you liked this video, please share it. Leave me a comment too if you want to be entered in my giveaway. So the new giveaway this week is going to be a sampler pack of the Pansy Petals designer series paper. I don't have it out right now, and I'm sure nobody wants to wait for me to go find it. You can see it in my online store if you don't know what it looks like. I actually used it in a card I posted on Wednesday. So if you go back to Wednesday's post, you'll be able to get a preview of that designer series paper there. And so all you have to do is leave a comment and I will pick a winner next Friday in my video. So until then, I will see you guys and have a good weekend. Bye.